K, and I am here with the infamous Donovan throwing rocks and hiding his hands, Sadiq. As always, it is our mission to talk about the things that affect the Black community in hopes of making us better, to improve our situation, and ultimately put us at the top where we belong. And so now that we got that out the way, I want to talk about H&M. As you might have seen the title, it says Boycott H&M. Well, for those of you guys who live under a rock and haven't been following what's going on, as of Monday, H&M, which is a company that's based out of Sweden, a clothing company rather, they put up an ad, and in this ad, it featured a little black boy, a chocolate, beautiful little black boy, in a green sweater that said, "The coolest monkey in the jungle." All right, so obviously, people got wind of it, the internet and everybody, and they were upset, rightfully they should have been. I mean,
they actually did an
ad. The little boy's posing with the shirt,
wow,
the sweatshirt that says "the coolest monkey in the jungle." And so right away, people got upset, and rightfully they should have been upset. To me, I thought it was more of, was it done intentionally? I would say strongly, probably yes. I'm in PR, and PR is closely related to marketing and advertising and all that kind of stuff. In that room, there are several people who are fashioning this campaign. Okay, we're going to have a campaign with the sweatshirts for the kids, this, that, and the other, and the sweatshirt's going to say "the coolest monkey in the jungle." And the other side of that is, they had a white boy featured with the same sweatshirt, or a sweatshirt, but it's yellow, I think it was.
Right, and they called him Simba.
No, it said, "the survivor of the jungle." So,
messaging.
You put these two images together, so it's like, what are you really saying? Okay, so in this room where you guys are fashioning this campaign, nobody in the room said, "Well, I don't think we want to put a sweatshirt that says "the coolest monkey in the jungle" on a little black boy."
A quick question: when you're doing marketing and you're doing strategizing, how many people are usually in the room? Isn't that a group? Isn't that a group? So there was no black person that just said.
And because I try to look at all aspects. Let's say there wasn't any black people in the room. Maybe there was a white woman who dated a black dude, or a white dude who dated a white woman, or a black woman, and somebody could have said, "I don't know, guys. This might not come off. It
might be offensive."
Yeah, just a little bit. But they went full steam ahead with this. Okay, so everybody.
Well, why not? Trump said it's okay.
Right. But this is in the UK now. This is based out of the UK. But it's probably just same old racism over there as well. Mm-hmm. So people got in an uproar. H&M took the ad down, but they were still selling the sweatshirt online.
Wait, but did H&M take the ad down because of the uproar, or did they try to intercede
No, they took it down because of the uproar, and they sent out this apology.
Okay.
But they were still selling on online, and then they eventually took it down. Now you have different celebrities like The Weeknd, G-Eazy, who's a rapper, Jesse Williams now saying things. So these people are closely connected with H&M. They had campaigns and stuff, so they've distanced themselves away from that and asking everybody else to. And so now H&M, they did end up taking their sweatshirt off for sale, or whatever the case is, offline. And so.
What idiots.
Right. It's stupid. Is it racist? Yes. But me being me, I just have to wonder this. Where is all this uproar when Habib, and I'm not being racist, Habib is an actual Arab name.
It is.
And then beer and liquor are being rude to black people, are sucking the money out of the community and taking it back into theirs after they've sold expired food, they've talked crazy to people all day long.
Can I intercede? Did I not do a podcast in regards to that?
And,
that actually happened.
And when I'm done, we're going to talk about that because it's related.
Okay.
So don't let me forget.
I won't.
Okay. So where's all this uproar from everybody when, a black woman to go into a beauty salon or a beauty supply and get accused of stealing $3 eyelashes and get choked out? How come we aren't? Yes, I was bouncing up and down. How come we aren't just as mad? And I get mad about that. I'm not saying that H&M shouldn't get boycotted. They should. But how in the hell are black people going to take down a conglomerate like H&M? You can't even shut down Habib and them, or Sandeep and them, for sitting up in the hood doing the stuff they do to black people, and we allow them to do it. I know for a fact there's been some brothers in Los Angeles trying to shut down a liquor store for months.
And we keep saying we're going to go down there. 2018, we're going to go down there and help.
And we don't live out there in LA. There's more black people in LA than it is in Moreno Valley or Riverside.
In the Inland Empire.
But whenever I watch their live feeds, which I don't see them anymore, I don't know if they just got discouraged or whatever the case is, but whenever I see the live feeds, it's 3, 4, 5, maybe. That's a good day. Black people out there trying to help these the community be free of Koreans who treat them badly. The reason why they were out there is because the Koreans that own the store physically assaulted an elder in the community, not once but a few times. So they're out there trying to get the store shut down. But what do you see?
Do you remember, I think 20 years ago, remember that Korean lady that shot that girl?
Latasha Harlan.
Latasha Harlan.
Yes,
and then she got probation.
Got probation, and she's still up. I know she's still up right now, but she was then. Nothing happened to this lady. But yet, we as black people want to go out to H&M. Again, I'm not saying we shouldn't, but we're so fickle. We're going to be mad about this until maybe Friday.
Okay. And
then it's going to go away. But Negroes are mad about H&M. But you're not mad about the stuff I just mentioned. About, how about Mr. White's rent-to-own furniture store that sits up in the hood that gets poor people on the hook. Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying this all Mr. White's fault because we need to be educated about that. Mm-hmm. If you can't afford furniture, don't go into Mr. White's rent-to-own and finance a couch for $500 a week. But we don't try to run those people out of the neighborhood to shut them down. We're going after things that are sexy, things that are popular or fashionable.
Or it's hip-hop culture.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. But so imagine if we took that same effort in the shutting down that we do in shutting down H&M. Listen, I don't shop at H&M. Okay?
I don't.
So to me, it doesn't make me any difference. And I guarantee you not a whole lot of black people shop at H&M. But all of a sudden we pissed off. I tell you what, just don't buy the damn sweatshirt. Don't buy nothing out of H&M. But can we focus the effort back to the liquor stores?
Well, what do we always say? These consumers, Christmas, whatever, is controlled by us.
Right.
We have the power.
Exactly. That's the point I'm making. We have the power, but we won't use it. We want to use it because, and somebody made this point, and I think it was Tupac that said, be careful of who, and I'm messing it up, but don't let your enemies tell you who your enemies should be.
Right.
And so this is where we are now. Now we're being told we all should be mad at H&M. I want to know where the hell Jesse Williams is at when Sister So-and-so is getting choked out in the Korean's beauty supply behind some eyelashes. I want to know where The Weeknd is at when the elder is getting beat up in a Korean's liquor store behind whatever it was. I want to know where G-Eazy, this rapper, is when any of these things are going down. Because if we had that kind of effort, we'd be good. But then I also understand there's the other part of that too. We need to wake up and stop giving our dollars to people who don't like us and who will not treat us right. That is our fault.
Yes.
And so now I want to hear your story because it's closely tied.
Yeah, it's amazing that you're even bringing that up because I was down in Slidell, Louisiana, which is named after a Confederate senator, racist senator down there, which is still going on. Slidell. It's about 30 minutes from downtown New Orleans. Mm-hmm. My mom lives down there. But I was hungry and, there's this gas station, so I went to this gas station. Mm-hmm. Make a long story short, I see these kids up there and they seem agitated. They're just, you know how kids do, pants hanging off their ass, all kinds of shit. So I'm like, what's going on? It was like, this guy's, teaching like that. And there was an Arab guy there that owns the liquor store. And the minute I saw this, in my head, I was thinking about what you've been telling me for the last couple of years about, our dollars and how we're the only group of people. If I was in UAE, or people don't know what UAE is, if I'm in Yemen or any of these Arab countries, where can I go? I can treat the people like shit and they will still patronize my business.
Right.
The black community.
Right.
That's where I will go. And that's what was going through my head. And I don't mean to be stereotypical.
It is what it is. It's not stereotypical. It's the truth.
And so I go and I order, this chicken. It was convenient. I'm getting gas, whatever. So let me get some chicken.
And you like chicken.
And I like chicken. It wasn't Winco, though. But so I go there and I say, hey, give me the 2-piece. I want the red beans rice. No, let me do rice. Oh, okay. Let me get the okra then. I don't have that. But, look, what do you like? Let me get the corn on the cob. Don't have the corn on the cob. Well, motherfucker, what do you have? I got french fries. And so the kids are looking at me and they're laughing because they're like, this is what we're going through, right? And, and I'm new, so I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to figure out what the fuck is
what's malfunction here?
Yeah, you got this menu and and you're telling me I can have whatever I want, but then when I ask for it, you don't have it. So I said, give me the goddamn fries. I'm getting upset. And the kids go, oh, they do this all the time. And, they treat us like stuff and they're just so rude. And da, da, da. And I looked at the kids and I said, well,
why are you back?
If this is going on, why are you here? Why do you continue to spend your dollars here? And remember I called you that day and I said, hey, you won't believe this. And it actually happened, because I'm not saying I doubted you, but when you actually see it first person and you look at it, and I'm out there and people were still coming in the door and they're all saying the same thing. Yeah, they treat us like shit up here, but you're still coming. I'm just getting zigzags though. No.
Right.
No. Right. And
exactly.
And here's the thing. I was down there for 3 weeks. So I don't know what's going on. I already ordered my food, so I already got it. I guarantee you, I went a half a mile down the street to the other liquor store to get my gas and whatever. I refused to go back into that. And that's what I schooled those young people on. I said, you guys shouldn't be coming back here then. I said, shut these motherfuckers down.
Exactly.
Stop giving them your dollars. I said, because if you don't give them your dollars, ain't white people coming in this neighborhood. This is a black neighborhood.
Nope. And
but it's convenience.
It's convenience, and it's a little bit, it's a lot of being uneducated, because people don't realize, the man talked to you in a deplorable way. Mm-hmm. Obviously, he doesn't have a problem with doing it because nobody has checked him. And I'm not even saying verbally, but checked him as far as the dollars are concerned. Mm-hmm. We haven't robbed him of his livelihood by keeping our dollars from him. And so he continues to talk to the like you said, like, that's like me slapping you and saying, oh, by the way, can I have some money?
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, I don't like that you did.
Yeah. But here's my wallet.
So we're going to boycott H&M. You're right. But
no,
we're not. But we're not going to boycott all these people who, like you said, get the word that the black community is where you can go make a gold mine.
I have a degree in business. I got it from RCC, associate degree.
Are you sure it's not from Acme?
Yeah, well, Acme, whatever, they want to say. But I got it from RCC. If that's Acme, that's Acme. That wasn't taught in business school. But, looking at it from a business aspect, if I had to open a business, I'm going to think, where can I go? And here's a better example. Whenever there's a new network on TV, as great as Oprah is, her network was failing when she started because it had all that positive stuff. But the minute
that catered to white women,
yes. But the minute she started putting the buffoonery and the coonery on there, and got and got the black audience, her network made it. Fox News, when they first came out, what did they have? In Living Color, The Simpsons, Martin, all these shows. You have to get the black audience. It's the same thing as business. If I can go and start a business, I'm going to start it in the black community first.
Right.
Then I can chain off of that. And that's what these people know.
Exactly. I mean,
I could treat you like shit, choke you out, and you're still going to come into this store.
And as I said Sunday, I don't even have to stick you up for the money. I just come over and you just going to...
Exactly.
You're going to hand it to me.
Exactly.
And I could talk to you any old kind of way.
Mm-hmm. Got you on camera, follow you.
On the store. I could do all kind of heinous things to you, and you still gonna give me your money.
And I have some of the worst policies, no refund, as is. Right. Blah, 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 blah.
Well, Mr. Habib, I just bought some milk from you, and it says that the code date on it, expiration date is from 2015. I'm sorry, no matter you butter, there's no refund.
That's it.
But then, you gonna walk back up in there tomorrow and get some cereal for your rotten milk.
But here's the thing. Black guy opens a gas station 3 blocks down.
I need to see your credentials. How do I know you're worthy? You're capable of opening up a gas station?
Right.
I need to see what you're working with. Where you get your money from?
But
I know this is some good gas.
But let's say I finally go through all those hoops and I open the store. Nobody wants to patronize.
Dusting off stuff.
Creak, creak, creak.
They're gonna come.
Creak, creak, creak.
See anybody out there yet?
Nope. Creak, creak, creak.
Now, some people will say it's negative, what we're saying. I would ask
or is it true?
Is it negativity or is it the truth? Now, because I don't want to be the type of person to just be talking out offering solutions. What do we need to do? We need to start practicing group economics. We need to, because when we practice group economics, who gives a rat's ass what H&M sells or does, because it doesn't affect us. Like the little black boy in the H&M sweatshirt that says "coolest monkey in the jungle." That's not going to make black people better or worse.
Right. But I think it's sad when you have to open a business in incognito to not let people know that you're the black owner.
We do that a lot because, and then they have a lot of other people other than black people working there because, we don't want people to come in here, which is true. I'm not saying all money is green. I'm not saying that. But you don't practice group economics when you open up a business and then you do hide behind the curtain. I don't want people to know it's a black owner. And you don't hire black people to get the black dollars circulating. That's what group economics is circulating black dollars. It is said that black dollars go in and out of our community within 6 hours. In the Jewish community, it's 30 days. And so if we were to hire black, build black, as Dr. Claude Anderson always talks about, we would not have these problems. We would just shrug it off like, all right, H&M. But not to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
H&M wouldn't even do that because they know that black people have some real power.
Yes.
And that's what was missing in that decision room when they were deciding about the article or the ad. If black people have some real power, somebody in there would be like, one thing we ain't going to do is piss off the black community because we know they ain't having that. They know that we're going to get mad and we're going to walk away.
Right.
Which is what we always do.
Always do.
What happened to Free Meek Mill? Is Libya, there's still slavery in Libya?
Yes, there is.
I'm just wondering, because, we get up in arms about that kind of stuff.
Absolutely.
And so here we are finna shut down H&M, but we can't even shut down Habib.
But wait, we're worried about Kim Kardashian and Kanye West and Beyonce. We're all up in there. Cardi B. But here's my question for you real quick. And, I'm for the group economics. I saw it for the first hand. But I was looking at some of the people that were in the store and stuff like that. How do you open up a business when the very people that you want to hire are going to steal from you?
You mean as far as black people in the store? They were stealing from them?
No. I'm just saying. Let's face it. There's a rise in young black girls for petty theft. A lot of these young boys, they walk into jail. They think stealing is like no big deal. I'll just take because I can take over. I'm not saying everybody does it. What I'm saying is, how do we hire our own if we don't even trust our own?
And I'm not a genius or expert of any of this, but to me it just makes better sense that if we did practice group economics, in addition to, as my good friends Benny and Jonelle say they are on my show on Sunday, we need to practice self-love, love of self and love of our people. We do those three things, we would be able to build black businesses. We know a lot of times that crimes, especially in our community, take place due to the lack of economics.
Necessity.
We don't have the money. And so because we give our money away, 97% of $1.3 trillion. And so we do things. And I think not even just black people, but anytime you rob somebody of economic stability, crime is going to be on the rise. People are going to get it, whether it's some bread, some weave, whatever it is. People are going to take it. And so if we practice group economics, you build a business, you hire me, I spend my dollars back into the black business, and then I build a black business, and whatever the case is, then we would alleviate a lot of that.
Girl, you're talking fantasy land. What you talking about?
Maybe, but it's the truth. But somebody will disagree and say that's not true.
Yeah.
But you know what? I don't care. I mean, I don't have a reason to make this stuff up.
Well, it actually was happening in the 1950s and 40s. Anything before 68.
Yeah, before the false idea of civil rights.
Yes,
we were doing those things when we were separated, segregated. We were doing those things. And a lot of people say, we just need to get along and just be one person under the United States. Listen, the United States of America has never been for black people. And we knew that before. It's the truth. We knew that before we were integrated into the civil rights. We got to pee with white people, drink with white people. We knew all of that.
They were smart enough to get our dollars.
Right. We shot. Hey, you had a hair shop. I need some grease. I'm going to go to you. I'm frying up some chicken. You're going out to Sunday dinner with the family. You coming to me.
And not only that, as let's say a mechanic, I'm a mechanic out there making money. You as my wife or spouse, you're working over as a maid for bringing home economic money. It's not a lot, but it's bringing home money to the community.
That back into the community. You weren't spending it out there with them. Before you got on the bus to come back into the community. You weren't broke and had a bag full of stuff coming from everybody else's community. You came and brought that money back.
Right. And everybody was homeowners and
all of that. So
everybody
we
knew each other.
understood that. Mm-hmm. And so to say that that's something we've never done, that's a lie. We were productive. We were
up until
very
68.
productive up until then. 68. So we can do this again. We just need to get out of our own way with the nonsense.
And what we need to do is stop letting these people set up businesses in our community if we can't set up our own businesses. We damn sure shouldn't let, if we can't do it, we damn sure shouldn't let other people come and set up.
Absolutely.
So you're absolutely right.
Good point. And so moving on to our next topic of Mr. Genuine. Now, that's a hell of a transition, huh? So,
for those that don't know who Genuine is, take a look at this clip.
All right. So you saw who Genuine is. Obviously, he's an R&B star and all of that. Yeah, all of that.
That's me. That's me and Amanda's song. Love you, baby. I can see it.
Right. And so a couple days ago, he's on this reality show called Big Brother UK, where I guess the celebrity edition, I guess it is. They all live in a house, and the winner, there's supposed to be a winner. They're supposed to out-strategize and outsmart the next contestant in order to become victorious.
Right.
So
Devious thing.
Right. And so during this particular episode, Genuine was sitting on the couch with, it looks like some of the cast members, and some of them were transvestites, I guess transgender. Transgender. And so one of the transgenders basically asked him, would you be with a transgender? He said no. And then she tried to kind of, debate him into that. And then she tried to kiss him, and he backed away saying, hell no.
Yeah, he's married, isn't he?
Well, not married, but I don't think he's married. He was married to Soleil.
Soleil, yeah, that's right.
They're not married anymore. Okay. But so from him saying hell no, I don't know who they are, but the people on the internet, and I guess people who are in favor of transgenderism, I'm not saying I am or I'm not.
I'm not. And respect my thing.
Yeah, I don't care one way or the other. But they're mad at him, calling him transphobic because he rebuffed the advances of a man that's dressed up like a woman.
But how is that? It's not for him. He's not stopping them from doing what they want to do.
It's because of the society we live in. If you don't like accept things that, well, I'm not saying it should be accepted now, but things that weren't considered normal back then, if you don't accept it now, then something's wrong with you.
Okay, so I'm anti-feminist. So because I'm a man, so I'm wrong.
No, yes.
I should be feminist.
Yes.
That's bullshit.
Well, you got to also look at the world we live in.
I don't care.
Who's running the world? You got, just to tie this into the whole Me Too thing. Me Too is not for anybody else other than white women. Let's keep it real. But
wasn't Me Too started by a black woman?
It was started by a black woman, hijacked by white women. That's exactly what happened.
Rose McGowan.
They've all hijacked this black woman's narrative. Yeah. But they've all hijacked this black woman's narrative and passed it off as their own, but don't even rarely speak to the issue. Hell, here's Genuine. He was clearly sexually assaulted on national television in front of the whole world. And where are the black dresses now? Where are all these women wearing these black dresses going to Genuine's defense? I'm going to tell you, keep waiting on it. It's never going to happen. Right. That's why I say all the time, be careful of what people lead you to believe in.
Sure.
Me too. I'm not saying that sexual harassment and assault should be okay. It's not okay. Those people who are doing those things should pay dearly for doing that to people. But to be honest, did you hijack the Me Too narrative just for white women? Or was it for everybody who's been sexually assaulted?
I think it's basically for white women. It's just like the Now movement. That had nothing to do with black women.
Not a damn thing to do with black women.
Right.
And then, we can just transition to Oprah.
Okay.
So now people are, saying, Oprah's going to run. She's going to run for president.
Total joke.
Vote for her.
Total joke.
We know that Oprah will be used by feminists to get their agenda across. Oprah, I don't know what she intends on doing, but I feel like Oprah and black people, if she runs, we're going to be duped again into voting for somebody black.
I'm with her.
Well, I mean, I think this is a fair question. What is Oprah going to do? What is she going to do? Not only just for the nation, but for black people specifically.
Okay, I'm going to address that real quick. I'm going to break it down so it forever be broke. If you guys listened to Oprah's speech during the Golden Globes, she was flawed. She was looking nice. I got to give it to her. She's looking nice. She indicted all men in regards to that lady that recently died.
Reese Taylor.
Reese Taylor, who was raped by a bunch of white men. Why didn't she say that?
Well, she did say they were white men, but then she said...
But she indicted all of us.
All men, yeah. She said all men. Uh-huh.
So me, as a black man, I don't have any hope in Oprah Winfrey doing anything for me as a man or just for the race in general.
I mean, at the end of the day, black people are going to have to save themselves, plain and simple. You know, and when I say duped into thinking Oprah is going to go to be president and do something for black people, that's a lie. She's not going to do that for black people. Will she do some things that includes black people? Yeah, probably.
Like what?
I don't know. Just like some people argue.
Expand welfare again and put us and keep us in our little positions.
Well, people, make the argument that Obama did things for black people too.
Like what?
Obamacare.
But that incorporated everybody.
Well, I'm saying, that's what I'm saying. They're saying too, he did some things for black farmers. And a lot, the stop and frisk thing, I forget the initiative that he did.
There's no such thing as a federal law enforcement official, so he didn't do anything for stop and frisk.
Right, but I'm saying that's what a lot of people will argue.
Yeah, ignorant people who don't know.
Certain things for black people.
I always ask people this. Specifically tell me one thing that Obama did for black people specifically.
Well, he didn't. He's the president of everybody. He wasn't.
And that's my point.
And that's exactly what she's going to be, the president of everybody. Now, of course, you got these Negro apologists who will say, well, I would vote for her. Oh, we need to give Oprah a chance. Oh, well, Oprah can't do this and that if she's the president. God damn it. Why don't people say the same thing about Trump?
Okay.
Trump is a rich white man that's doing stuff for rich white
people. Right. Okay.
Unapologetically.
For those of you who are listening right now, if you think that the president of the United States, who makes $400,000 base salary, is the most powerful man in the world, you're an idiot.
Well, we know that. But I'm saying specifically speaking to, hell, Obama could have, even with the pardons, how many Black Panthers are right now still in jail behind false-ass COINTELPRO that he could have said, Sunday Adekole, let him out.
Right.
Let all these people out.
But you got to remember.
Asada, we lifting all this bullshit up off of her. She can come over here if she wants to.
Yeah, you guys got to remember this. Obama is not the people's president. He's not the black president. Obama was put in there specifically for the Wall Street bankers.
We know.
Okay, Occupy Wall Street. Remember that? Everybody was. People were in revolution. Remember that? Hillary they met up in Baltimore, bottled it out, and that's when they had made a decision. Hillary, you're going to be his Secretary of State for 4 years, and then we're going to back you unquestionably after his 8 years. But right now, the country's in revolution. We're in free fall economically. We need to do something. And a white man's not going to do it. You're not going to do it as a white woman. So let's put something different that the people have never seen. They picked Obama. And guess what? When he got elected, we were like this.
But was Trump picked?
Was Trump picked?
Yeah.
No.
Why did you say that?
Well, yes and no. The Democrats ran the worst candidate possible. Okay? So when you put Hillary up there, anybody could have beaten Trump outside of Hillary. Mm-hmm. And that's why we lost. I mean, that's...
but I guess the point that I'm making is, okay, whether Trump was put in there or not, mm-hmm. Trump still got in there and is in there doing the work and the bidding for people who are like him.
Exactly.
Every president does that.
That's right.
But why is it that we have to make these provisions for Obama? Oh, well, he's the president of everybody.
Because he's a black man.
But I'm saying because he's a black man, though, he should have went in there. Maybe he doesn't have the power to... He could have executive ordered.
Yes. Well, see, here's the problem with us. They give us these leaders, Martin Luther King, I don't care who it is. Mm-hmm. When we have white fingers backing us or in our group, mm-hmm. they're going to tell us what we got to do and how we're going to do it. And that's why in 1968, Martin Luther King was losing control. Young people were tired of going to jail and this bullshit about don't defend yourself. He was losing control. There was no doubt about that.
And then you had the inception of Malcolm X.
Right. All the and the militants and stuff Panthers, like that.
Yeah.
So, Obama went in there knowing that, okay, I'm going to be the first black president. That's great. But he went in there knowing that he wasn't going to control anything. He was there to do a certain job, and he did that job. DACA, that is probably his biggest thing.
Right.
Mexicans aren't black the last time I checked.
Well, and I was having this conversation with Al last night. I said, I think Obama knows what a lot of people know about black people. They'll give me their vote.
Exactly.
I'll get in there and not do nothing, and they're gonna kind of get mad.
That is why the Wall Street bankers picked him.
Right, and I'll continue, just like with a lot of black politicians, I'll continue to tell them I'm going to do stuff for them, and then I'm not, and then I'll come back in 2 or 4 years.
Yeah, remember in the 4th year they had that town hall on CNN, and that one black lady got up and said, "I'm tired of defending you."
Right.
Remember she kept saying that? I'm tired of defending you because he didn't do anything. You know, he's like. Right. He was like, well, you know, he said what he's going to say. I'm going to do this the next time. And then he got up there and did absolutely
nothing. But see, that's unfortunately like how it is in our community. We keep listening to these people say they're going to do all this stuff for us and all that stuff for us, but then they're not really going to do that.
And then another thing in Obama's defense, you had all these racists come out. And like I said, what do I always say? The Democrats, Republicans, same party. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Right.
The Republicans are just like, no, just obstructed no matter what. Even when they didn't even have the majority. The Democrats,
give people air? No.
Right. The Democrats went right along with it. They got rolled right along with it. So in Obama's defense, when all these racists were coming out of the woodworks, where were the blacks to put these racists in their place and vote? Right.
Well,
they weren't there. See, and that's something Obama knows. So some niggas ain't gonna do nothing, so we ain't gonna worry about it. So.
All right. So I mean, and that's our fault.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's why I say too. I just think,
that is why Oprah thinks that she is going to go and slide in there. I think America, after this Donald Trump experiment, it is apparently clear athletes and entertainers are not experienced enough. So Ronald Reagan was an actor, but he was a governor before he became president. He got the experience.
Right. But I think too, for me, and this is just my opinion, I'm honestly just sick of us falling for the banana in the tailpipe. Yeah. I'm really tired of it. It's like at some point in time, we're going to have to research some stuff.
Do you know where all that started from? I don't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead and tell me.
Right here in California. Who was governor 8 years ago?
Schwarzenegger.
How many people voted for him because they saw his movies? How many people?
It was that in addition to, Gray Davis was running this California into the ground.
Wait. But when Schwarzenegger left office, he left it worse than what Gray Davis.
It was like, it looked like the Terminator had been through it.
Right. See, so you have ignorant voters out there that, I remember when Schwarzenegger was running, all my Mexican buddies, I love his movies, man. Yeah. He's great. I'm voting for him.
They called him the Governator.
The Governator.
Yeah.
Now Trump gets a reality TV star. Oh, I love The Apprentice. Oh, yeah, he's a smart guy. He'll always say it. The bigger the lie and the more you repeat it, the more people will believe it.
Right.
And how does this guy talk? There's no collusion. There's everything. No collusion. No
Fake
collusion.
News. Yeah.
Yeah. It's great. And so people, like I said, Oprah is not a billionaire. People keep saying, she's like this guy keeps claiming he's a billionaire.
Well, she says she's almost reaching $3 billion.
No, not true. She just sold 25% of her studio in Chicago. Guess for how much?
How much?
$75 million.
Well, how much of a portion though?
25%.
That's a lot.
Right. For $25 million. Or I'm sorry, I think it's $75 million.
Uh-huh.
And you think she's a billionaire?
Well, the people say Trump is a billionaire too.
But he's not. That's why he won't show us his taxes now. Right. Who's been saying that? I have.
Well, I don't know whether Oprah. I don't think her money has
what you have to do in debt is not wealth.
Well, I don't think her money is why people are wanting her to run. No, I think it's because Oprah does have power.
Power over
the masses of people. Let's be honest. Mm-hmm. Oprah can say, "Go tie your panties in a bunch and throw them across the street. It's liberating." Somebody gonna do that shit.
That's true. Now, Monique, Academy Award winning actress.
Oh my goodness.
Dropped dime on Oprah, right? Mm-hmm. Told Oprah, fuck you, blah, 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 and told the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Oprah did destroy her. Oprah did destroy her. Okay?
Well, I think they did. I don't know if Monique is destroyed.
Well, you know what I mean. Just kind of gave her blacklisted her.
She was blacklisted. I think that happened before she came out with it. But it's unfortunate because Oprah is, and I'm not saying anything bad about Oprah.
Fuck Oprah.
But Monique made valid points, and she was telling people what happened to her, that Oprah ambushed her in having her family on the show, and she told Oprah, "I'm not getting along with my family. My family said some pretty nasty things about me." But then Oprah had a show with her father and her mother, people who did some things to her, And so Monique was like, why would you do that to me? I confided in you some personal things, and you went behind my back to make a show out of these things. And so nobody's going to listen to Monique on that. It's she spoke bad against Oprah, but it's like, why aren't we willing to address what Monique was saying?
Well, time and time again, Oprah didn't have rappers on her show. She didn't have certain,
Yeah, they talk bad about rappers on her show.
Yeah, all kinds of stuff. And now this woman's going to run for... She is as bad as Hillary. And I'm going to say this. Anybody that was for the Iraq war, that is still going on right now, even though we're in Afghanistan, same conclusion. Oprah was for that. So you're no better than Hillary. I mean, to me, it's no better. A black woman, no, it's not going to happen. After the Obama experiment, you think that a black person is going to come after this Trump experiment? A black woman president?
Well, we know that, first of all, and, people can say, oh, you never know, things can happen. Listen. Put down whatever it is you're drinking and smoking. We know that America is not going to ever elect no black woman.
Right.
Last thing a white man wants to happen is a black woman telling him what to do.
Think about all the hell Obama went through. And you expect a black woman to run in 2 years.
I mean, but look at all the stuff they're doing to her now. They're trying to say she knew about Harvey Weinstein and the sex abuse, which I don't think Oprah knew about that. I think, but again, that's what they do to you. They demonize the hell out of you. Yep. And when they see that you could potentially get some power over
Obama, his whole aide from the day he was elected. They met in a room and said, we are going to obstruct no matter what. And the Dems rolled over with it.
And then they talk about Michelle Obama could be vice president. Okay, they called this woman an angry black woman, called her monkey, talked about her arms,
she's a man.
Legs. Y'all really think, do y'all really think, I said think, not think, that America is going to elect black ass Oprah Winfrey and black ass Michelle Obama to run the country?
And if you think a white woman is going to be in supportive of that, you're a damn fool, because they're going to be like, oh, we love Oprah. But how are they going to vote? The other way.
They're just, to me, it's laughable. But that, I get it. People are hopeful that maybe Oprah, could be president.
Based on what experience?
I don't know. Her speech from the Golden Globes, her speech. That's where a lot of this, she was talking about it, people were talking about it before, but after she did the speech is when it became like really loud. People were talking about it. I'm not trying to be a pessimist, but if y'all really think Oprah is going to be the president of the United States, I said this to somebody else, Harvey Weinstein will have a better chance of being president of now than Oprah would of being the president of the United States of America.
Good point. Good point.
And it's just not going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
They're not going to put no black woman at the helm. Not going to happen.
In our climate right now, with all this confusion and racial tension, and it's worse than it's ever been, you expect a black woman whose network is... I don't know anybody that really watches her network.
Oh, trust me, I do.
The
ratchetness and
oh, yeah. I mean, that's what I'm talking about. I mean, anybody that's serious, I mean... to be an entertainer, I mean, come on.
I mean, some people might think this point I'm about to make it silly, but look how Oprah depicts black people. Now, I remember back in her earlier days when she was on the Oprah show, she was doing shows about racism and all those kind of things. People call her
Klansmen, yeah,
all this other stuff. But yet,
I'm losing weight, y'all.
It's stupid. But here we are in 2000. It used to be 17, but 2018. And look at the stuff that is predominantly on Oprah's network.
Coonery.
Yeah, you got the have and the have-nots where these people doing all these weird things, just the worst.
Ivana fix my, Alana direct my life.
Well, and again, when Oprah first started with her network, she had Ayala Fix My Life on there. She was talking to white people, Mexicans, Asians, everybody. She was trying to help people solve their problems. But then when she found out it was sexier and more salacious to have black people with the most drama on there. Well, that's where they took the show.
Well, this is what we're talking about in our last segment. That's what I was telling you. She's not a billionaire. Her network was in trouble.
Well, I don't know.
Because nobody was watching.
Yeah, I mean, she may or may not be.
You have to capture that black audience.
Absolutely.
To do it. And that's what she turned to. Drama and coonery.
And that's when the network turned around. Like I said, Ayala, who was I thought was a very positive person, but I don't have respect for her now because I see what she does. She exploits black people in the community. Oh, we got another gay pastor on here who's screwing 6 dudes and is married with 5,000 kids. Oh, we got this woman on here who smokes some crack with the kids in the kitchen. And, it's like, we need to fix your life. And we got such and such from this reality show, and she wants to spin up all her... What happened to the white people? Because she did have white people on the show. Well, like she had this one where a white woman left the family and to go be with another dude, and so she was trying to fix her life. But now you got all this nigga shit on there.
And that's, if you start your network, you have to capture the black audience. Like if you start a business,
you was wrong,
right? If you're doing a business, you have to capture the black consumer. If you don't capture that black consumer, your business is finished.
Right.
Simple as that.
Right.
Simple as that. Simple as that. Victoria's Secret, their baseline consumers. Black women.
But we know there's probably, I'm sure there's underwear, black undergarment makers out there. And it's like, we need to know about those people.
Sure, but no, we rather take our dollar because it says Victoria's Secret, so that's better. That's
like I talked about on my show. A friend of mine, I buy my body lotions and stuff from her now, very reasonably priced. The best product I've ever used on my skin. I don't wear makeup, but I'm not wearing makeup. My skin is very clear. I bought for my whole family. My man is wearing it and stuff like that. But we should be giving people like that our money. She's black-owned business. I have black dollars. I need to lotion my black skin. We should be doing those things. Yeah,
but it's hard to do that when, of course, because her overhead is a little higher, it's going to be more expensive because she's by herself.
But it's actually not really, though.
Well, I'm talking about, she's going against a conglomerate where they could mass produce for what she's paying.
But imagine if just half of us...
I know. But it's not going to happen.
To buy some lotion or some cocoa or Shako butter is what it's called from her. That'll put her on top.
Of course
she can buy and do more.
Until Walmart gets in there and says we can give the same thing for $1.
And I will still buy it. I will still buy hers because...
And I would too. But what's the majority of us think? Our minds are gone.
Right.
We think their ice is colder than our ice.
Always.
That's how it's going to be.
Always.
Until we start doing shows like this and start waking people up and telling them this is what's going on and this is how we should think. If we don't stick together, we're going to fail. And we're failing now. And that's what I keep pointing out on my show. We point out on your show. We are failing.
And so here we are in the beginning of 2018. And are we going to continue doing the same thing? Or are we going to turn the ship around? What are we going to do? Because I saw a senator, I can't think of his name. You probably know. I can't remember where he's from. But he was talking about marijuana and that it needs to remain illegal because black people cannot handle the effects of drugs. And he also went to point out why they made drugs illegal in the first place because the way black people acted when they were on it. We know that it's not a secret that it was banned because they thought that black men, when they did drugs,
were stronger,
were more virile, but more virile for white women, and so they outlawed drugs because black men were going to jeopardize the safety of white women. And this senator in 2018 doubled down on that ideology that was more than probably about 100 years ago.
Yeah.
So what's going to happen to black people if we keep on walking around in a state of nothingness? We are going to end up being back on a plantation. And we talked about that, not to cut you off, but over 100 people, predominantly black people, were arrested at a party in Georgia for less than a half an ounce of marijuana. Right.
And that's why Jeff Sessions criminalized federally the drug thing, because that is the predominance to harass black men and put them under subjugation in the prison systems.
Yes, prison systems make money.
And guess who has one of the biggest stocks of the prison system and gets the biggest support from the prison systems? The Clinton Foundation.
Not her.
Yes.
I'm with her, though.
That's exactly.
But again, people will give their vote away. And that's what me and you have been talking about. We're going to...
wake up.
We're going to hold some forums in the very near future. It's election season for a lot of things that are going on in the nation and locally. We're going to be holding some forums physically to talk to people about that.
Exactly. So 2018's got a lot happening. A lot of stuff going on. So anything else coming up in the near future?
Everything's coming up in the near future. As people say, it's 2018, baby. We're taking it to the next level. That's right. We're taking it to the next level. Donovan and I are going to continue doing this, but we're going to move out outside of this and actually go out there and reach and teach and touch.
Because we're not doing enough.
Right, so we feel like we need to do more.
Yeah,
which,
we're not doing.
We can always do more, but we're going to actually get out there, and not that we already don't, but we're going to take that to the next level and physically reach these people.
All right, this has been Loving the Skin I'm In. DK 3 p.m. Facebook Live. You want to hear some more real stuff? Facebook Live 3 p.m. Just look up Demetra K. You will be enlightened. And I'm Donovan Sadiq. Check out my show. And Pastor Don's show on Tuesdays at 9 a.m. I do a religious show.
With his heathen ass.
Yeah, I mean, so check it out. We're doing the best we can. You guys stay up, be safe. We're going to see you guys again next week.
Peace.